This is Matchweek. You are joined by myself, Ardi and Mini. We discuss everything soccer from the highs and the lows in the sporting week to the news that is relevant to you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome back. You are listening top of the hour on WMSC Upper Montclair. And this is Matchweek.
Este es Matchweek.
It's finally nice to have Jonathan back to be saying it because we've had Besmir impersonating you. I don't know if you've been listening, but he tries and it just doesn't sound right. And it's a really, really bad impersonation. Usually he's good at it, but
well, it's my honor to be able to be on the show to do that.
Thank you, John. So, guys, today we have some fun topics to talk about. First things first, we're probably going to do a quick little recap of the week, see how everything's going with us. Then we're going to transition into what we're going to call a segment, Ink or Stink. Now, for those who are thinking, what ink and a stink, what does that mean? Well, ink and stink, here's how we're going to work. It's going to be, the ink means that, oh, you know what, we should sign this player, get the ink, and sign off on the contract. Or stink means this player is a stinker, and we shouldn't waste our time on them. So that's how we're going to be sort of looking through some of these transfer rumors and confirmed transfers of some sorts. And then we're going to transfer on to sign, sell, or loan for a certain club we will not name yet. But we're going to go in through that. Now, first, today, I am joined by Dejan and Jonathan, and we are supposed to be joined by Besmir, but he's running a tad bit late, and by a tad bit, I mean a lot of it. He's a busy man, all right? We're even lucky enough to have him on here. But anyways, how we doing, boys?
We are doing mighty fine. How about you, Ardi?
Good. This was my first week where I didn't have my coaching for West Orange, so I feel a little weird. Like, I'm sort of like having not withdrawals in a sense, but like I'm sort of missing having training sessions with my girls and stuff. So it's a little weird, but I'm getting used to it.
Yourself. I have to coach. I have to coach.
I have to make phenoms. No, but this past weekend we ended with 2 games back to back. So we had a game on Saturday and a game on Sunday.
How'd those go?
The girls played really well. We ended up finishing 3rd in the league because for some reason we played 2 games less than the rest of the teams in our league.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone else played 9 and we played 7, and we only finished 2 points behind the first place team.
Wow.
Who's supposed to be like a top conference like U8 team. So I was like, I'll take it.
So you guys pulled a good result then.
Oh yeah, well the first game my girls won, what was it? I think it was 6-3. And the second game it was a close one. We started off 2-0 down. I had to make some changes, sort of like tell everyone to lock. I know, I'm talking as if like I'm talking to men. Like this is literally like, fun fact, my girls are actually playing 2 years up. So most of them were actually 6 years old.
W.
Yeah, so it was like, come on. But so like I'm like giving them this team talk as if like I'm like like a big gaffer on like a team or something. Like, girls need to lock it in. Okay, we are down 2-0.
I mean, you are the gaffer, man.
I am the gaffer, but like not like it's not like that deep. You're trying to help like little kids have fun. But like I was like locked in. I was like, no, we are not losing this game.
Ardi's the Albanian Alan Pardew.
Yeah, I was just annoyed about that game. So listen to this. So this guy tried asking me in the beginning of the game if he could have a girl who was 2 years older, like than the age group. So he wanted a 10-year-old to play with 8-year-olds.
Oh wow.
So I was like, no, like my girls are 6. I'm not having them play 4 years up against somebody. Like, ain't happening. And then he was trying to convince me. To go against the league rules and do throw-ins. I'm like, again, we're talking about little children. They can barely pass a ball. You want them to somehow learn how to throw a ball? Like, no, it's not worth it. And then I was about to. So boys, listen to this. So I was about to get really upset because the coach started like basically like telling the girls start slide tackling. And I was like, well, hold on a second.
What?
Yeah, and I like straight up, as soon as like my girl's running towards goal, she just gets cleared out. Like, not from the back, but like just a tackle and just drops. And I was about to freak. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, parents on the sideline like saw me and got scared. Like, that's how angry I got.
What's the problem? Nothing wrong with some Brexit.
Nah, dude. But like, it's legitimately 8-year-olds. Like,
Listen, man, Brexit has no age.
Nah.
There's no age when it comes to Brexit ball.
Nah, bro. You can't tell me otherwise. Nah. But yeah, and then we also had some coaching for NJFC going on, which was fun.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
We had 2 games on Sunday.
I wasn't able to make it, but yeah.
The first game, actually, I was coaching with Coach Faison. We were sort of like head coaches for that game.
Coach Faze in the cut.
So listen to this, right? So,
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
oh my God, so
Fun.
the crazy thing is that during the game, the referee forgets the scoreline.
Oh wow.
So like I had it, so I was keeping track, and we had it 5-4
Wait,
to us, like 5 goals to 4 goals to us.
This was for the O3s, right?
No, yeah, for the U19s, yes.
Got it.
So we were doing it, and I kept track of it at 5-4, and the ref goes, "Oh no, wait, it's 5-3 to you," and then he swaps it. It's like, "Oh wait, no, it's 5-3 to them," and we were just so confused. I'm like, "How are you a center ref and not keeping track of scores or yellows?" He's like, "Oh, I just forgot." I'm standing there. So then we ended up losing the game. It was reported as 8-6 for some reason, but I thought it was more so maybe 7-6, but whatever. Anyways, it was a rough game. We only had 2 subs, and then we lost a player in Mikey Robinson. Shout out Mikey Robinson. Hope your shoulder is feeling better. So he came out, I would say, in the 58th, 60th minute. So from the next half hour, we only had 12 players, and we had to keep just rotating kids so they wouldn't just cramp up.
Why didn't you step on the field?
I'm not under 19. That's why.
It's all right.
With U23, it's not a different story, but you know.
Coach Ardi at right wing.
Just imagine. No, not right wing, striker. I don't have the legs for right wing anymore.
Oh.
Nah, I can't run like how I can't run up and down the pitch like how I used to. Besmir said, "Oh, what do you mean you never ran at all?" I'm channeling Besmir until he gets here. Anyways.
Yeah, this is gonna be our only time.
Yeah,
Besmir,
this is the only time where he's gonna be able to be like anti-Besmir propaganda.
I was gonna say this is your chance, man. This is
my chance.
He's gonna walk through the door.
Just imagine like he has to show on his phone listening. He's like, "Oh yeah, I hear you guys." No, when I come in, yeah.
He's gonna walk through the doors and say, "So I just came back from coaching Hungary."
I was just gonna say, like, I know we're gonna talk about
crazy.
transfers today, but can we talk about the Hungarian national team?
Yes.
I mean, even not in his presence. I mean, this is just insane to see what's going on.
You know what it is? But you see, everyone thought that like the coach was there, but actually it was just Besmir like in his ear with like an earpiece telling him what to do.
Wow.
He was on the phone.
He was on the phone. He was like, I've coached you guys in FIFA. I know how you play. I'm gonna get you to a win. No worries.
Marco Rossi, who is the Hungarian national team coach, had an AirPod in with Besmir.
Yeah, Besmir was on the phone.
Just yelling.
They were on a what was it? Oh, they were on a Viber call, or as my
Yeah.
or as my
WhatsApp.
grandfather- No, as my grandfather says, Viber.
Weiber.
Viber. What are you doing, Peter? Viber. Come here, Viber. Oh my God. So let's talk about the game.
Amazing.
So it is crazy how Hungary got 2 games back to back against England.
Yep.
You is surprising to me. It's expected. England sucks, man.
Well, no, I don't think it's expected. I think the best way to explain it is that
Funny.
it is funny in a sense because England should be nowhere near losing that game at all. Like, granted, don't get me wrong, Hungary I think has developed a really strong squad as of I would say the past 5 years with all the youth development they've like invested into with players like Willie Orban, Szoboszlai, Gulashi, and all. You know, like they are building a program there, which you have to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
But that England team, people are considering it the new golden generation. And there's no reason for them to be losing 4-0 to Hungary.
Yeah, with the amount of youth prospects they have, and they're constantly producing young players that are just... There's one player that actually just went from Man City to Borussia Dortmund, and that's, I think his name is Braaf. So he's a kid from Holland. Apparently, he's very, very good. So that's another youth prospect that, of course, an English team let go to the Bundesliga. So, I mean, it is what it is. England, for a team like this, so what was their starting lineup? So their starting lineup was
I have it up right here.
Ramsdale in net with a back four of Walker, Stones, who got 2 yellows.
Here's the thing. So, do you think the red card actually made that big of a difference in the game? Because watching it, you could sort of tell that it was a struggle for a Calvin Phillips and a Conor Gallagher to really thrive in that midfield when they were missing such a presence in the back line. Because you have to take out Conor. you have to put in someone else to fill in the back, and then you only have Calvin Phillips and Bellingham, and you're playing a man down against a strong Hungary team. Let's not forget. Here's the thing: like, people can't be looking at this Hungarian team and think it's a joke.
No, but they got a red card. John Stones got a second yellow in the 82nd minute, so they were down already 3-0.
Yeah.
Before that, so there was no help there. I'm sorry, but you're already down 3-0. I think it was just frustration tackle from John Stones, and he was just like, you know what, bro, I can't believe I'm losing to FIFA ranked number 40 Hungary, 3-0 at home. So he was like, you know what, bro, just take me off. And then probably Gareth Southgate didn't want to take him off, so he was like, you know what, fine, that's fine. I'll take myself off.
Nah, I mean,
I'll just get another tackle.
this is the thing I always tell people. Like, it's the same issue that I think Leicester has with having a Brendan Rodgers in charge. England's never gonna win anything with Gareth Southgate at the helm.
No, they didn't make it.
They're not going to, personally. I can guarantee right now, I'll put any amount of money on it, whatever money I'll ever be worth in life, that Gareth Southgate will not win a major tournament with England.
Wow.
Because he's just not good enough. He's not. Don't get me wrong, I think he's phenomenal at like the youth programs. Like, he did well there, and for the right reason. He knows how to develop a player. He has a keen eye for it, and he knows how to. He's a phenomenal manager, but he just lacks so heavily in the actual tactical prowess.
Like, he just needs the killer instinct. He doesn't have the cutting edge. So they need someone like Zidane to be their coach, man.
No, they need a Graham Potter. They need somebody who could take nothing and make.
He's always going to talk about
guy,
Brighton, man. He is, Brighton.
Is it Brighton, man?
No, but he actually but here's the thing: that he has been officially approached by the English FA as of this morning.
I could be approached by the English FA.
No, you can't. Dejan, sorry.
Yeah, but Hungary didn't make the World Cup, unfortunately.
No,
Sorry,
they didn't.
No, they didn't.
You guys,
they didn't, unfortunately. But hey, they're shining.
That's why they're the dark horse, because they're not even in it.
There you go. They're very dark, very dark.
Very dark.
But I think this could be. I don't really know the Hungarian national team that well, but some people can call it like, hey, they're golden generation. I guess there's a lot of young guys on that squad, man.
The only older player I maybe see is Willie Orban, and then number 13, I think, or no, it's number 5, the right wing back. I forgot his name, Fiola or something. You don't mind checking for me,
yeah,
Dejan?
Yeah, Fiola.
Professional fact checker.
Yeah, I know Fiola.
that's the only thing Dejan's here for. He's here to make sure that I am wrong 90%
I'm
of the
making
time.
sure you're on top of your game today.
Yeah, it's
not even today.
Stay on your toes, Ardi. Stay on your toes, bro.
Yeah, just make sure my ball knowledge is on point.
That's all right. Hey, well, it's as much as I want to talk about Real Madrid. Real Madrid, man. I mean, transfer market is looking pretty good.
So here's the thing. So now we're going to transfer over into our next topic, or next segment, I would like to say, which is called Ink or Stink. Now, Jonathan, you were here for the explanation, right? Do you think it's a cool name? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I spent no joke an hour thinking of like a cool name, because I don't want to be like sign or avoid. It was like, it's just boring. I want like spice it up.
Stink.
Because think about it, you either put the ink to signing the player,
yep,
or they're a stinker. Don't waste your time.
I think that's gonna stick. And that's gonna stick to to the whole hashtag nation. That's the kind of thing, people love that kind of stuff. So it's perfect. Just make sure you put that in the title of the episode or something.
Oh yeah, 100%. So
it's gonna be good.
What transfers do you guys want to start with first, or like rumors that you've heard?
Well, first off, I just want to give a huge congratulations to my man Nemanja Matic, who for the 4th, if I'm pretty sure, no, the 3rd, maybe 3rd, 4th time that he's linked up with Jose Mourinho.
3rd time. It was Chelsea.
No, because
Man
it was
United.
Benfica to Chelsea United.
What do you mean?
United.
Jose never coached Benfica.
It's already
No, he bought him from Benfica.
but it's confirmed.
But the point I'm trying to make is like actually played under him. He played under. This is his 3rd time playing under him.
3 years. Yeah.
But it is confirmed.
Yeah, it is confirmed, 100%.
That's pretty cool.
And rightfully so. Like Nemanja Matic as a Man United player, from my experience, I always knew he was always a wonderful player. It's just we sort of didn't luck out in getting him at the right time. We had him for one great season where he was fully fit and he was still like on his game.
Goal against Crystal Palace.
That goal, I know. I think about that goal till this day. I love that goal. But
which one?
Outside.
The rocket.
Outside the box.
I've seen
left
that. Yeah,
foot,
yeah.
bang.
That's amazing. Yeah,
that was also the same year we won the Europa League
yeah.
with Zlatan. Yeah,
Yep.
Nice.
That team. I miss that team. I really do. But like I said,
Reminiscing.
I am reminiscent. But anyways, like I said, like we had one good season with Matic, and then sadly his age caught up as he was at United. So you see, because I always rate him highly as a player, But I feel you just noticed that Chelsea got more out of him than he may not ever could, just because they had him for way longer at such a younger age. I always kept saying it. If we had Nemanja Matic 5 years younger, we wouldn't have to worry about our midfield issues right now.
It's always Rome and their gladiators, man. They just got himself another gladiator.
Well, here's the thing. Like, Matic will thrive in Serie A because the Serie A allows you to play at an older age. Like, no disrespect to it. It's just the tempo of that league, and not the physicality, because it is a physical league, but sort of it's a way more of a tactical league than a hard pressing, very fitness based league. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's way more tacticians than they are just like, oh, we got pressed up, full fitness, whole game. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? I guess, I mean, I know it's funny because we always bring up. I mean, you're a resident Man United fan, but I think United has one of those interesting transfer windows right now, knowing that Ten Hag is like stepping in with a lot of excitement, a lot of excitement behind it.
And still haven't signed anybody.
No. I mean, yeah, they keep.
Here's the thing. Hold on.
They keep rumoring the old Ajax players.
Over.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Man United this is the annoying thing. We never sign players in June. Never. I don't know why. We either wait till the last day, we somehow get them in the middle of July, or we buy them in January. It's just
that's funny.
It's frustrating.
Good business is when you already had your signings planned by this January. I mean, look at Real Madrid.
I feel like
Tchouaméni's already.
Well, I feel like we do have our signings planned out. We want Pau Torres. We want Timber. We want to sign the both of them, guaranteed. That's the two players we want.
Also, like you're revamping your entire
defense,
the back line. Yeah.
Well, because we lost Phil Jones. We're losing Bailly. We've lost Marcos Rojo. Tuanzebe looks like he's moving out, sadly, even though I don't want to leave. And besides that, we only have Maguire, Lindelof, and Varane.
I'm just gonna spit out a hot take real quick. Camavinga is gonna be 10 times better than Tchouaméni is gonna be at Real Madrid.
I feel like both of them are still gonna be insane. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, no. Like, Camavinga's
Tchouaméni's just gonna clean up, and that's where he's gonna allow Camavinga just to thrive.
Look, I mean, the fact that you and I were talking about this at the 07 game, the fact that Real Madrid signed both midfield prodigies from France, like the French prodigies right there, man. I mean, look, they're two different styles of play. Like Camavinga's more of a box-to-box, right? And then Tchouaméni's like what you would call a destroyer in the midfield because he's like very good, and he can score goals too.
Tchouaméni's your traditional six, though.
Yeah, so essentially what a Sami Khedira used to be. I mean, that's kind of what I see him as. He scores some good goals. He definitely disappears, holds it down.
I see him way more as a more mobile player than a Sami Khedira. I feel like that was the only downside to Sami Khedira. Like
Tchouaméni?
No, because he's comparing him to Sami Khedira. I feel like the difference is that
you're comparing Tchouaméni to Sami Khedira.
Well, he's probably disrespect. Sami Khedira was insane.
It's outrageous,
especially with Xabi Alonso next to him. They were probably the best midfield pairing, like probably in the last couple decades.
I've never heard a comparison between somebody and Sami Khedira.
You cannot disrespect Sami Khedira, bro.
I'm not disrespecting
him. He was insane for Real Madrid, insane for Juventus.
Yeah, a lot of love for him, man. I do. I have a lot of respect for Sami Khedira, man. What he's able to do.
But yeah, like the point I was trying to make is that Tchouaméni's way more mobile. Like he's way more of your modern player. But I do think that someone like a Camavinga or even a Modric, Kroos, anybody's going to thrive having just two young. Because right now the midfield three looks like for the new guard is Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouaméni. Like if we're talking about just like the younger guys, those are three solid starters for young players.
Right. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, it's just interesting because you think about the youth. Like, there's a lot of young players out there, but if you can sign someone like him, I mean, it's very promising to see, like, long-term, the solution for Casemiro. We always talk about there has to be a solution for Dani Carvajal. I mean, he's getting there, right? So, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, we will be talking about it in the later half of the show. Is it going to be about Real Madrid? Who knows? Is it going to be about Bayern? Who knows? Chelsea? We'll figure it out when we get there. But or we already had it planned out and we're just messing with you. Anyways, so guys, Matic deal. What do you think? Is that an ink or is that stink?
Ink.
That's ink, right, John?
Well, if you're using that deal, I mean, he's already ink.
Well, yeah, he's already inked, but like in our opinion, like is that
you think he's gonna be, like when it comes to ink, he's gonna be like amazing?
It doesn't matter. Like, do you still do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea? That's the point. Is basically what it is.
I think it's great. I think it'll revitalize his career. I think that's great. I mean, he's 33, but still.
Just say the word, John.
I personally think.
Just say the word.
Yeah, ink it.
There you go. There we go.
I personally think that under this young midfield that Roma have, a leader like Nemanja Matic will revamp. I'm using your word now. That's how long I've been on the show. Revamp their midfield.
That's not my word.
Yeah, it is. You always say revamp.
No. Don't you dare. Don't you dare call me an unoriginal man. I have phenomenal terminology, by the way.
Let me tell you, but with these young CDMs like Cristante, I think his name is.
Yeah.
And, I don't know much Roma players, but I think having a veteran like him is absolutely perfect.
100%. And ladies and gentlemen, if you hear a door slamming or anything, that's because
the Hungarian national team coach.
Yeah, the Hungarian national team head coach is here
from Budapest.
Oh, hello.
Oh, there you go. Now your mic is on. You can talk.
Oh, hello.
Sorry. I'm gonna call this out right away. Have the mic facing you, and if you want, you could turn the mic where your body is facing that way, and the mic is facing this way.
Well, someone's attacking me. Sorry, I'm late, everyone. I mean, I apologize, Ardi. I think I've hurt your feelings.
No, don't worry. I gave a preface to the audience that you're a very busy man, and stuff happens.
Considering you're an English national team fan, I understand why your feelings are hurt.
Well, no, well, we already talked about this. I've explained my points. You've missed out, sadly.
It's okay. Well,
the one time Hungary gets a shout out on this show, and you miss out.
The only points that matter are the 6 Hungaries taken from England in the Nations League these last couple of weeks. So
we actually figured out Hungary didn't make it to the World Cup.
No, we didn't think it would be fair if we went to the World Cup.
I love it.
Yes. Well, it's because we are one nation, one team with the Hungarian national team.
Under God.
Under Puskás.
Under Puskás.
Yeah, under Frank Puskás.
Oh, my God. All right, so Besmir, as we were saying, we're doing the segment called Ink or Stink. Now, it's either you ink... So listen, he's giving me a face. So it's either ink as if, like, you take the ink and sign the player, sign him to the contract, or stink, or, like, the player's just going to be a stinker. He's not going to be good.
You guys were talking Matic before I came in here.
Yes, we were, and we said that's an ink signing. That's a good signing.
That excited me so much. Matic is a Mourinho man. He is going to kill it in Rome.
100%.
I can't wait to see the things they do together. But Matic is an ink for me. So sorry, we can get back to ink or stink.
Anyway, so what? So Besmir, Jules Koundé to Chelsea transfer rumor. Do you think that's
ink?
But here's I before I thought it was a guarantee, but now with his new injury that's come up,
so
does that worry you as a Chelsea fan?
He got injured?
Yes, he did.
Miami
He's had he picked up hamstring injury.
Yeah,
it's not a new injury per se, but they've been holding off doing the surgery for a while, from what my understanding says, and they just did the surgery to ensure it doesn't happen anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea have lost Christensen and Rudiger at this point. With
but it looks like
possibly out.
It looks like Barcelona's losing Christensen by not being able to sign him officially.
But at the end of the day, I mean, regardless, that's their problem.
Yeah.
For Chelsea, I think it makes total sense. You have to take the risk on Koundé. We've seen what he can do.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm not disagreeing with it.
You know, with modern technology, this is the thing, we talk about this pretty often. With modern technology and medicine in today's game, injuries that might have been career-changing, altering in the past, which I don't think this is, it's going to be he will be a good signing for Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I believe it's almost a done deal. We just have to wait for Fabrizio Romano to give the... Here we go.
Well, he gave the here we go this morning for Sadio Mane, right?
No, he didn't. But Sane did accept a contract of 3 years.
Sane or Mane?
Mane. I'm sorry.
They're both there.
Now it's
Sane's masterclass,
now it's going to be hard because they're both going to be there now.
Mane to Sane, Sane to Mane, go Bayern.
Yeah. Just Bayern goal. No player.
But Mane...
So
Mane to Bayern, huh? 3 years.
So, boys, is that ink or stink?
Ink. Oh man, he's gonna kill it in the Bundesliga.
Ink, but you're not gonna be able to replace a man like Robert Lewandowski who scores 50 goals a season.
Of course.
So,
but I think that's where you're gonna see more of the team sort of start to participate and thrive, because now you're gonna see. Well, here's the thing: is Gnabry resigning?
I don't know necessarily. He has said he'd like to sign, but with our board, who I have no clue what they're doing at this point. Not giving the best player probably, or the best striker in Bayern history right next to Gerd Muller, why not give him whatever he wants? I'd pay him.
The issue is Lewandowski had stated that he was insulted by the fact that Bayern because Bayern was trying to go in for Haaland while trying to re-sign Lewandowski.
Bayern were never going to go for Haaland.
Well, supposedly that's what was said.
I've had so many Twitter notifications that.
So supposedly Lewandowski was getting upset by the fact is that he told Bayern that if you go in for Haaland, I will leave the club.
No, that's probably false.
Naturally, that would happen. That's kind of what Bayern is used to doing business that way. But
get a load of this guy.
Look at, what's the word? Poachers.
Yeah,
poachers. Yeah. So, but it's interesting,
Bayern
man.
Liga, right?
Yeah, right.
Bayern
Exactly.
Liga.
I mean, the entire Bundesliga is Bayern's academy. So, anyway.
Well, our team of the season said otherwise. Now.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's true, but.
Well, that's also because we understand the Bayern League and we've decided against it.
Decided against it. Bayern, here's the thing. They have a lot of good signings coming in. So they have Mazraoui on a free, Gravenberch, Sadio Mane now. The only thing they're missing, I think, is another center back because they lost Sule.
Yeah, I'm not too upset about losing Sule.
Yeah, but still,
he's gonna be the next
right.
Mats Hummels. Mark my word. I promise you.
Yeah, but
I would take that. Matt Hummels was
say,
brilliant for a very long time.
He started at Bayern, or no, he started at Hoffenheim, went to Bayern, then went to Dortmund. He's gonna come back to Bayern. He's gonna go back to Dortmund, and it's just gonna be a cycle going through that.
Or he's gonna go to Dortmund and then stay at Dortmund and maybe win a Champions League with Dortmund.
Yeah, Dortmund win a Champions League.
With the team they're building, if they actually invest in winning something instead of just keep selling.
Well, they should have kept Haaland.
Well, I mean, Adeyemi coming through the door.
What's the need when you already have a striker that's scoring?
Yeah, but that's Dortmund's whole policy, right? Is
that if you can make tenfold on a player you got,
and they're also all about the team first. And listen, it's part of their business model. They're not going to keep Adeyemi forever. He's going to come in, he's going to perform very well at Dortmund for a couple years, and then he's out the door too.
Makes sense.
It's how they're able to continuously compete at a high level while also being more than financially stable. I don't remember the last time Dortmund spent an extravagant sum of money to pay for a player.
Bayern either. Bayern are paying only like 30 mil for Sadio.
That's why Sadio was taking so long because they couldn't agree on a price for him.
30 mil for
but
Sadio Mane.
Bayern also had the leverage there because Mane clearly wanted to leave Liverpool at this point. I mean, I believe he's in the same position as Son is at Spurs, where they're always going to be second fiddle. Mane's always going to be second to Salah. Son, in the eyes of everyone else, sadly, is always going to be second to Kane.
He didn't make it onto the shortlist for Player of the Year.
We were talking about it.
And didn't make it onto the PFA Team of the Year.
If I'm Son, I'm leaving England.
That's borderline disrespectful.
Yes. I wouldn't leave England.
No, that's well over the borderline. That's outright disrespect to Son.
23 goals, no pens. He scored 23 straight goals without a single pen.
John, listen to this. Majority of his goals scored with his weak foot. Like nearly 50%.
Well, does that really make it his weak foot? I mean, wouldn't that make it his strong foot?
No. I'm just saying.
Now, no. This sounds like an upgrade to 5-star weak foot, my guys. That's what's happening.
But didn't he tie the golden boot with Salah?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the whole point. That's pretty significant. I mean, look. They had Kulusevski. That's a fresh, just kind of like injection of like freaking energy there because they did really well. Those top front three right there.
Kulusevski just thrives under Conte. Like he doesn't work out.
It's that 3-4-3.
He just doesn't work out at Juve because he doesn't work under Allegri's system. Not
even that. Where's he gonna fit with Chiesa? He's not gonna get any play time over Chiesa.
Yeah, but Chiesa can play left or right. He doesn't care.
Nah.
Who else did the Juventus have starting out left?
Fair.
Well, so look, to end the thought on Sadio Mane, I think it's cool because he's 30 now, right? I think it really 30? Simplifies.
He's 30.
It simplifies, like what happened with Ronaldo, right? When Ronaldo started, his age, he's still amazing, but when he started to age, his position simplified. He's just a center forward now.
Yeah, but Mane's...
And then Mane's the same thing. He doesn't really run. You don't see him...
Yeah, but Mane can still boss up the left wing if he wants to for another year.
Didn't you see what he did to you guys? Thankfully, you guys had Courtois in that, but...
I'm about to say...
that one save he pushed off against the post?
I know, that Courtois
save. In the Bundesliga, that's a goal every 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But here's the thing. So, we have to give our ruling. So Koundé, we're all agreeing is an ink.
Yeah. With Chelsea's center backs options right now, it's
Yeah.
an ink.
So Sadio Mane, ink, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Now next, Sangare to Manchester United.
Who?
He's
Sangare?
yeah, Sangare.
The dude from the Eredivisie?
Yeah, the PSV.
Ibrahim, right? Ibrahim
Yeah,
Sangare.
Ibrahim Sangare. He played for Toulouse and he's playing for
where?
PSV right now. To Manchester United supposedly.
Eh.
For
Wow.
for 25 million euros.
I'll take him.
a s-
25?
Yeah, for 25 million euros.
If you're telling me like no added fees, I'm
No added
taking that
fees.
25 million. Oh yeah, 25 million.
25 million euros. He's a CDM. Manchester United are losing out on 4 midfielders this summer. Jesse Lingard's out, Pogba's out, Matic out, Mata gone. So I mean, just some squad depth I think wouldn't hurt
I mean,
anybody.
he's only 24 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'd start him over Fred any day of the week.
Well, I'd start him with Fred.
No.
Fred Fernandez, and Sangare, or even Donny Van de Beek, Sangare, and Fernandez works.
Well, mind you, he's 6'3".
exactly. He's
Yeah, he's a
Well,
big guy.
he's a defensive unit.
hopefully it's gonna be Donny Van de Beek, Frankie De Jong, and Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, but
Hopefully,
That'd be awesome.
I'd love to see that.
I would love that, but I don't think it's gonna
love
happen.
a little Ajax reunion between the three.
I
but
don't think it's gonna
I mean,
happen.
look, obviously all those Ajax players, ex-Ajax players are linked. Like Anthony's linked, Frankie de Jong's linked.
I was just telling Dejan about this. I feel like we should be prioritizing a Julian Timber over getting Anthony personally. Jurian, yeah, sorry.
Well, that's the thing. In this case with Sangare, he is going to be this boss in the midfield that is going to... What Matic was more in his prime, Sangare is very similar to now, right? Big, strong, physical, defensive midfielder. You know, he'll give He'll give Fernandez, for example, the freedom to roam and to go about and do his job. And, you know, you have to realize he will also give a lot of stability to the back line, make their lives a little easier. He's going to be strong in the air. You know, I've also bought him quite a few times in career mode. He always comes good. But coming from PSV Eindhoven, who've had an okay season. You know, they've done well. Yeah. They've done well this year.
I think third in the Eredivisie.
Yeah, they're exciting to watch.
Very.
You know, Sangare is going to be a quality sign. He's going to be one of those signings that they pick up that no one's really paying attention to, but will slowly make his way into being a permanent fixture in the United side.
Well, here's the thing. It was something like everybody was going in for Boubacar Kamara, but then somehow he ends up at Aston Villa instead. Where I see now a Sangare, instead of ending up at a Newcastle or something like that as a smaller team, he's going to end up at a United or even a Chelsea or wherever.
Yeah, no, for sure. Basuma ended up at Spurs, right?
What a class signing, man. I don't know.
I'm so angry about that because Yves Basuma is so good.
Yeah, but that also means
filth, man.
Your second favorite team of all time, Brighton, are now without a good midfielder.
Oh, Brighton's gonna get poached apart in the transfer window after how great of a season all their players had. Basuma's gonna be taken. Mwepu's gonna be taken. Lamptey, I could see him on a transfer somewhere.
He's not gonna go anywhere.
I mean, originally I thought Bayern could have used him, but now they got Mazraoui on a free. I don't.
What a beautiful signing!
I know.
Oh yeah,
and guess
that's
what?
good.
For free.
I know.
Yeah, talking about business.
Yeah, that's a guaranteed ink there. So then Sangare to Manchester United. Ink or stink, boys?
Ink, yeah.
Jonathan?
Ink.
Nice. Now next, I'm trying to think. I have a lot in my head, but I'm trying to think which one's
There's
more
one
interesting.
major one that we like.
Okay, let's do the major one.
Darwin Nunez, Benfica to Liverpool.
I think that's
85 mil.
No, for $100 million. Don't say 85 million euros. That's 100 million right there.
85 plus added fees.
Well, 85 million euros is just about $100 million.
Liverpool can afford it. It's fine.
I think.
I like it.
Hot take coming in. It's a stink.
Oh no.
I'd love to hear reasoning behind this.
Yeah, I'd love.
Here's the thing. So, Darwin Nunez, I think, is a phenomenal player.
So you're starting off on the wrong foot.
But
he's just bitter. Sorry.
No, I'm not bitter because I personally didn't want him at United anyways. But
Problem is you can't put him at United because you have Ronaldo up top. So where are you gonna put him?
It doesn't matter. He'll play.
Nice warm seat on the bench.
For what do you mean? For
Darwin
in the Portuguese league, he was playing left wing, right wing striker.
I was gonna say Darwin Nunez is likened to more like a Richarlison.
No, I say he's very versatile, and that's what I say respectfully about the player. But
so you guys gonna start him right wing?
But the issue is that 100 million for a 23-year-old. Where granted, I know Holland was just bought out for a lot of money.
No, 60 mil.
Well,
he paid his release clause.
Yeah, 60 mil, but there's more to it than just his contract. He has to pay out the father. They have to pay out other transfer, like people involved in the transfer. His wages in general. He's gonna be the highest paid player in the Premier League. So there's more money to it than just a 60 million transfer. But then again, like I'm saying, a Darwin, yes, phenomenal, but you're just worried for the player because every time a player with a big transfer, like, to his name, they always just collapse most of the time. Like 9 times out of 10, they collapse.
Sorry.
Well, Maguire, Pogba, those are the top 2 I can think in my head, and it's a Manchester United mistake again. So you're just worried of. Don't get me wrong, Liverpool needed some more attacking threat. They just brought in Carvalho. They have Diaz, Jota, Salah, Firmino. I think this is last season. So they have the depth up front. It's just personally, it's just worrying to be dropping that much money on someone like a Nunez. Personally,
I mean, didn't they also lose Divock Origi?
Yeah, they lost Origi. They're losing Mane.
So they don't. So exactly. So I think they can splash the cash. I would ink it.
I would ink it just because you've seen the last time what happened when Liverpool signed a Uruguayan and a striker.
Yeah, but
legacy.
That was different. Dude.
History repeats itself.
They got him for what? 15 million from Ajax, dude. It's
yeah, but that's because this transfer market and
Yeah, Jonathan.
Hey, sure, you be quiet.
Exactly. It's just saying you can't turn on repeat. You can't repeat something that won't happen again.
But listen, man.
So let me throw something in here. Everyone around the world, every pundit, even we've said it. Liverpool's recruiting is top class.
But here's the thing: it's a different person in charge now, though. It's not the same guy.
Regardless, as they're recruiting, because it's not just it's the one person that might make the decision, but those supplying that information are the ones who haven't changed, and those are the most important people. For example, if you guys ever watched Moneyball,
yeah.
Moneyball,
one.
they have a room full of experienced scouts sitting there talking about who they believe they should sign. Now, the GM does whatever the heck he wants, but that's a different story because, what is it? Because he
has a veto.
Because he gets on base.
Oh,
well, that too.
Because
he gets on base.
I thought you were trying to make a veto power joke. But
no, but he does. He does. He has the Ardi vote.
Yeah, exactly.
So Liverpool's recruitment is top notch. There's a reason I haven't heard a single rumor of them looking at Lewandowski or looking at any of these other big name players.
Rightfully so.
So they clearly see there's something there in Nunez that they believe they can take advantage of. Now, I think him coming in is going to have Klopp start to alter the way Liverpool plays, which I think is needed a bit. Right? They're now going to shy away a bit from the super high gegenpress with the front three to now having more of a Luis Suarez type striker. I see Nunez in his mold.
Well, here's the question I have. Do you think that the attacking position is their biggest worry at the moment?
No, not at all. Even if Salah leaves, you have Luis Diaz, Jota, and Nunez. That's the point I'm trying to make. Do you think they should be worried about investing in their strike force right now, or do you think the midfield is more so to worry about?
Get Jordan Henderson out of there, dude.
Well, that's the point I'm trying to make. You only really have a Fabinho and a Thiago. Besides that, it's rotating between Keita, Henderson,
all quality. Milner can give you 20, 30 minutes a match. Honestly, I think they are. Listen, they have Konate, Matip, Van Dijk at center back. You know, I think Liverpool is in a good position. But they're also in a position where they're going to start to lose players like Salah, and Mane is out the door now. I don't think Salah really. He might have one more season at Liverpool,
if we don't match it.
You know, so I just think that having Nunez come in on top of Jota and on top of having Luis Diaz there, I mean, you're looking at a very competent strike force that's going to continue to grab goals. And once again, I think they're tactically speaking, I think we're going to start to see Jurgen Klopp's gegenpress alter a little bit to where, Nunez doesn't have the dynamicism that these other attackers have. He's more of a more natural number 9 up top, right? So I think having him as closer to a target or someone who's playing feet is going to be, really critical to the way these guys play, and it's only going to improve.
Well, do you see a Liverpool sort of adjusting to a back 5 now?
Yeah.
I'll have to see what you guys are like. Hold on a second.
So everyone that knows our huge tie to
oh my god,
our huge tie to FIFA career mode and all the inside jokes on this show, Jonathan sent us a picture of him being the Spurs manager in career mode and signing Mbappe for 278 million euros. So let's be real. I don't think there's a single sum of money on this planet that Mbappe would take or PSG would take to let him go to Spurs.
I don't think you'd offer him the whole club.
It took some real negotiating with Pochettino, but
well, that's the thing. So,
going back, it's an ink for me for Nunez.
He's going to be the next Luis Suarez, I promise.
For sure. He's going to explode his career.
All right.
Are you going to use your veto power this time?
It's only if it's tie. That's the only way you guys know that. It's the only way I can use it.
Yeah, but this year.
Well, here's the question, Ardi. Here's the question, Ardi, for you real quick. Where else would he go?
Who else would you buy?
I mean, if I'm Liverpool, I personally reinvest in the midfield. That's just where I'm thinking.
So what happens if you lose Salah to this window? You've lost Salah, Mane.
Yeah, but Salah's not leaving this window.
Yeah, but you lost lots of veterans. You have a young core up front.
One veteran they lost.
But Mane isn't a veteran?
I'm saying that's the one veteran. You said veterans. They've only lost one player.
Origi.
So where is their depth
Origi's
then up
been
top?
so class for them.
I know. I agree. They needed depth up top.
Origi's not a...
He shrugged
He's
it off.
all
He shrugged
right.
it off. It's okay.
He's not.
He's
He's a cult hero, but he's not.
Where's he going?
He's going to AC Milan.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
He's even more of a cult
Milano
hero.
and their 30-year-old strikers, man. I love it.
No, they're just signing everyone that. Oh, you like to sit on the bench in the Prem? Come start for us and win a title.
Oh my god.
And he's gonna explode and start out. Wait.
So
for
yeah,
it.
that was actually my next question I was gonna ask. Ink or stink, Origi?
Ink.
100%.
You've seen with Giroud. Giroud goes to Chelsea,
It's
plays
not
a couple
even worth
games.
talking
That's
about,
amazing.
to be honest.
Wow. Not even worth talking about.
I don't think so.
John, this time is too good for Origi.
No, Origi's fine. He's cool, but
Yeah, I think Origi's a good player.
He's not Benzema.
I still think he's at best the third best striker at Milan.
Yes.
Behind Giroud and Zlatan.
Well, the thing is, Zlatan's gonna be taking a break because he didn't have an ACL for 6 months.
So Zlatan out. He's still at best a backup to Giroud in my opinion.
I know, but Milan sort of need that rotation though.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. That's why I see him coming in, is because he's also going to be the kind of player that isn't going to allow his ego to get in the way of him and Giroud's rotation.
He's also gonna be ready for the corner taken quickly, you know.
Oh Lord.
And in Italian.
And in Italian,
Yeah.
how does he even
Calabria whipping in the ball. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think it adds quality depth to Milan's strike force there. It makes sense. I'm curious to see what else Milan does this summer, because they looked very good all season long.
Mm-hmm.
Winning a Scudetto is much more difficult than winning anything else in Italy. The Coppa d'Italia, the Supercoppa. It's obviously harder to win the Scudetto than it is to win like the Europa League. So I want to see them now perform in the Champions League. And prove that they're not just a one-season wonder.
No,
now.
Milan's bringing it back 100%.
And that's the hope, right? I mean, we've seen a resurgence in the competitiveness in these leagues. The Prem is arguably now as competitive as it's been in a long time.
But Serie A is just...
Serie A is the most competitive it's been in a decade.
Because you're
plus.
thinking, like, AC Milan won the league, but people would argue that Inter Milan were the better team that this season.
Absolutely not.
which is what Inter Milan can cry about all they want.
Yeah,
they didn't win.
but I know exactly. But that's the point I'm making. Is like that's how competitive it is. That it's like that close to the wire for the argument. And you are listening, top of the hour on WMSC Upper Montclair.
Este es
yes, it's Matchweek.
Oh yeah, so
Matchweek.
So by the way, John,
Yeah.
I told you before, Besmir was doing impersonations of you.
Oh yeah,
no.
watch this, John. Este es Matchweek.
Oh,
I haven't do the finger like you too.
Yeah, but
He put the
match-
finger up just now.
Yeah, he was like, "Excuse me."
I was gonna say the Matchweek sounds more European than Latino.
Yeah, but
Este es Matchweek.
yeah, but here's the thing though. It was the stuff he was saying after. I'm like, when I said, "Wait, that's not John," he was like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Yeah. No, you sound. Oh my God, you sound. I can't think of it.
Doofenshmirtz.
Also,
Yes.
there you go.
What? What are you talking about? I am Jonathan.
Wait, are you allowed to say his name on the radio?
Yeah,
Or is it
yeah, no.
Hey.
The guy who made him is on TikTok and he uses it. It's fine.
Oh,
no worries.
okay.
For you, so we're good. We're good.
Okay, Jonathan came in here, pulled a Perry the Platypus mouse out of his backpack to use.
Did he actually? Don't joke with me.
Perry the Platypus, ink or stink ink.
Oh, yeah, Ink. Come on, bro. Come on.
Anchor.
All right, so guys, that was Ink or Stink. Thank you for the first time of a segment coming in. It's gonna be a reoccurring segment during the summer with transfer window open. But now we go to.
For full clarification, real quick, I do love the name of the segment, ink or stink.
You see, I legit took an hour last night, thinking a long time for the name
When
for the
we were sitting in
segment.
my pool yesterday, we were trying to figure out a name, and I gave you some ridiculous name.
Well,
No invite?
you gave me names that are not appropriate for the station.
I didn't go.
Those
You
were
got
the
invited.
names you gave me.
Oh, no invite. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Sorry.
All the names I gave Ardi yesterday were very inappropriate.
They,
So
they,
I'm-
they, they fall under the FCC no names rule.
yeah, literally broke every rule up there on that board behind him. But I thought, wait, Jonathan, I did invite you yesterday.
Yeah, you just didn't invite him.
What? No, because then I'd have to go pick him up and drop him off.
Oh, I would have got a ride over there.
Well, no, we didn't even stay long. We ended up running around. We had meetings, actually. Granite was there as well.
Yeah, we had
jumped to
meetings.
But we'll talk
Yeah.
about that after on our walk. But great name, Artie. That's why you have the veto vote.
Yeah, that's why they pay me $0 here.
That's as much as we get paid, so it works out well.
Debatable.
Oh, that's fair. I paid negative because I pay for parking.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Jonathan says that's true.
Yeah, I was hoping the gates would be open today, but whatever.
Those 2 weeks in a row where the gates were open.
Yeah, those were the days.
I was telling you, you
missed.
missed out, dude. It was great time.
I got extra meat and extra cheese on my sandwiches those weeks because I had the money from the parking.
Oh boy.
My lunch sandwich had oof, it was packed.
You can pay for extra
Too
meat.
funny.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
So what do we got?
So
because I got it.
Yep. So sign, sell, or no, not sign. Stay, sell, or loan. And which team do you guys want to do? You want to do Real, Bayern, or Chelsea?
Well, let's be honest here. There's going to be two people staying here, and one guy's going to be leaving. So
Real is
it's
out of the
really-
picture. Sorry,
Yeah,
Jonathan.
that's fine. That's fair. I'm leaving like in 12 minutes.
So I mean, we might as well go with the team that's actually going to be in a competitive league this year. Because
West Ham.
Bayern.
West Ham.
Got it.
So no, I mean, we might as well go Chelsea because I feel they will have a bigger impact on the
so come on.
So all of us pull
Why don't
up.
we just
Listen,
talk
listen,
about
listen.
Spurs? I'm the manager of Spurs. I'm gonna leave it. I'm the manager of Spurs. so we
John,
can
I'm
do
sorry
that.
to tell you, no one cares about Spurs here. Anyways.
Oh well, everybody cares about Antonio Conte. You just wait and see next season, man.
Oh, no, we care about Conte. We just don't care about Spurs.
Already be careful. Don't say anything bad about Spurs. Their whole one fan in New Jersey they might be waiting for us outside.
So, anyways, guys,
two.
I need you all, if you can, to pull up the Chelsea FC squad list.
It's the first and last time I'm going on the Chelsea website.
You
Chelsea.
just pull it up through FootMob. I don't know you go on Chelsea's
2021 champions of Europe roster.
Champions of Europe.
Current champion.
Oh, my mic is falling.
Current champions of the
Safe.
world
Okay, we're good.
roster.
For the next couple months, man.
Oh, my God.
Thomas Tuchel on loan.
Thomas Tuchel.
We're sending him on loan to Real Madrid.
Wait, what are we looking at? The official squad?
Yeah, I'm also going to pull up Transfermarkt for us so we can see transfer values and stuff like that and how it would affect us.
As the resident Chelsea supporter, for those who don't listen in every week to every minute, I'm clearly a Chelsea supporter.
In other words, Dr. Bias.
No, that's not fair.
Captain bias to you.
Right, Mr.
Gaffer Bias.
Mr. Professor Bias to you.
Mr. Professor Bias. Gaffer, Hungarian national team
So
Bias.
So I'm looking at the goalkeepers right now. 3 goalkeepers at Chelsea, all have their spot at the club.
All gotta go.
So here's the thing. So Bentinelli is rumored to be on loan to Fulham. He's going back, I think.
Yeah,
Or-
which whatever happens with Bettinelli is fine with me. He's there as third
string,
choice.
yeah.
he's not a bad keeper, right? But he also fills in an English homegrown spot, which is a big thing for Chelsea, and all these big clubs that people don't realize is you have to meet your quota of having homegrown players in your roster every year in your squad. So Bettinelli, the third string center goalkeeper is typically one of those spots that fill in. Like Willy Caballero spent so much time at Chelsea in England that when he was at Chelsea, he filled in one of those homegrown spots because he was there for a decade plus in England.
Yeah.
Right? No,
you're correct. He did. Yeah, he did.
So, looking at the goalkeepers, Bettinelli, whether he stays or goes is fine. I mean, we can pull up one of our U21 keepers, so be it. Having Mendy and Kepa, honestly, either of them who start, I'm not very comfortable with the net. Kepa is quality when the spotlight's not on him. Kepa is almost like a Courtois of sorts, where, I'm not saying quality-wise. I'm saying when the spotlight's not on Kepa, he performs very well. The whole Maurizio Sarri dilemma,
best ever
situation, first of all, that was brilliant. Especially because they kept Kepa and they kicked Sarri to the curb. Sorry. So, Mendy, I believe, and Kepa are both staying. Kepa is shown to love the club as well, so I don't think he's going anywhere. And if Bettinelli goes, so be it. He, he's a good guy. Hope he deserves it. Now, defenders, Marcos Alonso, sweetest left foot I've seen at Chelsea in a very long time. Marcos Alonso is quality. Since Juan Mata.
Well, here's the thing. You have Emerson Royale coming back.
I love Emerson. He's underrated.
No, not Royale.
No, not Emerson Royale.
Just
Emerson. No.
He's
you're talking about Spurs guy. That's my guy.
The right back I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Because he was saying Spurs earlier. No, you have Emerson, the left back.
Yeah, he's Brazilian, so he only has one name.
Well, no, he's Italian now.
And now
he plays for the Italian national team, but he's Brazilian nationalized.
So is Jorginho.
He's nationalized.
So is Jorginho.
He's nationalized.
But nobody knows Jorginho's first name, last name. But who cares?
His 5 other names?
Jorginho Frello. Yeah.
Bingo.
Is that what it is?
But Marcos Alonso, if it's my decision, he is someone who I want to keep at Chelsea if Emerson isn't staying for sure. He's the best backup we will ever find to a Ben Chilwell at the left wing back position.
You also do have Baba coming back from.
Yeah, exactly. Dude. So I stand by what I said.
Hey, why you got sold for Baba, bro?
Dude.
Well, listen, Baba is a great guy. Stop. Emerson is great too. I don't see Emerson being happy supporting Ben Chilwell as in a backup role.
Okay.
Marcos Alonso, you need to grab a goal near the end of a match. You bring Alonso on. He's good in the air.
Honestly,
he has a great left foot. He's a set piece specialist.
Honestly, with what's going on with Lukaku, you better off just starting him as striker for games.
Yeah, you can say that again. And he has nicer hair than Lukaku too. I mean, look at his picture on the Chelsea website.
Hey, that's mean. Lukaku's bald.
Well, yeah, but I think that's
what he meant.
Personal choice. But Marcos Alonso, I mean, I think he is a great goal scoring threat, a great guy for Chelsea to play in cup games. And let's be real, he's been at Chelsea long enough now where he should be shown the respect as a senior member of the squad. People like to talk down on him very often and talk bad about him. Marcos Alonso is a brilliant footballer. Yeah, he's slow. So am I. so is like but he's also faster than 90% of the population.
If you sell Marcos Alonso, you can get an easy $15 million off of him, which would help big time.
I think we get more for Emerson.
Well, I think you get more if you get rid of both.
Yeah, but then he
just wants Baba to play.
Chelsea plays 60 matches a year. Ben Chilwell can't play 60 matches a year.
Or else his ACL will blow up again.
Yeah, exactly, right? And if Chelsea doesn't need the money. Let's be real. Chelsea doesn't need the money. We can sell Emerson. We can sell Baba and Abdul Rahman.
Baba Rahman.
Abdul Rahman Baba.
There we go.
I was going last name, first name. Why are you guys judging? So, Marcos Alonso has to stay at Chelsea. First of all, I love this guy. He is the greatest person greatest person in the world. He gets all this flack from everyone, and then he'll step up and like bury a free kick into the top corner and just walk it off. You know, like
he just should be starting a striker. From now on.
He's brilliant. I mean, he catches so much hate, and you never hear a complaint from Marcos Alonso. He plays in all the big matches. He played this year. We bossed Real Madrid away in that match.
Did you win it though?
Marcos Alonso was in it. We won the match. We lost the tie. But my point is this: not say whatever. Modric came out and said Chelsea's the most difficult opponent we've ever played. Marcos Alonso was in that side.
I don't know, Liverpool in that final, dude. You think that wasn't difficult?
I'm not saying it wasn't, but I'm saying what Modric said.
I know.
Marcos Alonso's left foot is very, very dangerous.
Yes.
And to find somebody with his ability on the ball, in play and on set pieces, and his aerial ability is very, very dangerous. And
yes.
Chelsea needs to keep that around.
So here's the thing, right? So just to make sure we're going through this list properly, you're saying all 3 keepers can stay.
Yes.
So you want to go just all defenders at once or just left backs only first?
Wait, is it only his opinion or?
It's all of ours, but I want to make sure we're streamlining this and it's not too
that's
crazy.
why I didn't want to pick Chelsea. But
So I have 7 defenders here. I have 7 defenders on the Chelsea list: Alonso, Silva, Chalobah, Ben Chilwell, Reece James, Cesar Azpilicueta, and Malang Sarr. In my opinion, Sarr is the only person we're getting rid of at Chelsea right now.
Yeah, so Sarr is a sell. I agree.
He is just not Chelsea quality, and he looks very awkward when he plays. So for that reason alone,
well, you guys left you let go of Clark Salter, right? One of your young guys.
Yeah. Clark Salter's out.
He's out on a free.
No, he's a good player.
Well, he won the U23 Club World Cup for you guys.
No clue.
With that team.
Yeah,
it was something with the FA Cup.
Clark Salter. He'll be a good player in the championship.
Because everyone said that about Gahey and Gallagher and
So we have plenty of talent, you know.
Tino Livramento.
But Malang Sarr will be, I think, has to go. And the other guys we can't afford to get rid of at this point. So Rudiger and Christensen are already out.
Yeah.
Right. Emerson, I think is gonna go. You know, Baba gonna go.
Well, the crazy thing is, like, I'm looking at Chelsea's team on Transfermarkt, and Emerson's not even coming up on your squad.
Yeah,
I have him at a midfielder here too. I don't know why.
Is he a midfielder?
He's not really a midfielder.
Unless he's considered a left midfielder. But regardless,
I'm
left wing back probably.
Are you sure that Lyon deal didn't go through already?
It might have. Well, I mean, regardless, I think he goes anyway.
Because Marcos Alonso at one point was injured at Chelsea while Bencho was injured, and they wanted Emerson to come back, and Lyon just didn't want him to go.
Yeah, Lyon. Well, yeah, they were in the midst of winning a Ligue 1. That's why. Jonathan, we'll see you. Have a good one. Well, because I have to say goodbye to you. I don't want to make it. At least say goodbye to the audience.
Nos vemos.
Hey everybody, muchas gracias. I appreciate you and have a great week.
And what is this?
Yes, there is Matchweek.
I'll see you, John.
Bye, Jonathan.
So, anyways,
I think Sarr out on this list. The other 6 can stay, and Chelsea clearly need reinforcements here. We're left to 2 center backs with Chalobah and Silva, 2 left backs, and 2 right backs.
Yes.
Right, so Sarr might just stay just to be an auxiliary, throw him wherever the heck we need him.
What about Dejan?
Who?
Sterling?
Oh, Sterling. Dejan?
Dejan? I don't know how to say his kid's name.
He youth player.
So here's the thing, right? So we know Reece James is a stay, and we know Azpilicueta is a stay if Barcelona doesn't take him.
Yes.
So that's the thing in your head. Like, is it just like you want that player to be guaranteed, or do you think he should leave? Like, you should respect that he wants to leave.
If it's the Chelsea policy to only give 1-year deals, I think that is a load of bad stuff. He is a legend at Chelsea. He's been with us for a decade.
Wait, Reece?
No, Cesar Azpilicueta.
Oh.
Cesar Azpilicueta came in for next to nothing from League
2.5 mil to be exact.
No, it wasn't 2.5. I think it was like 7 or 8. You can look it up though. So Cesar Azpilicueta, he's a living legend at Chelsea.
Yeah.
There's no way on earth we can get rid of him if we have the chance to keep him. We need his leadership.
Yeah.
Thiago Silva's aging out as well. You know, he has another season, maybe 2 at Chelsea. He said he wants to play like Maldini till he's 40, 41. You know, I think...
They bought him for $7 million.
Yep, thank you. Furthering my expertise on all things Chelsea. Anyway, I think Cesar Azpilicueta has gone from being AL, who's this guy that Chelsea bought, to being club captain and legend.
Yeah, rightfully so.
If he wants a 2-year deal, you give him a 2-year deal. If he wants to go to Barcelona, you say, hey,
Thank you for everything.
if we need you, stay for another year, give us another year. If you can't give us another year, we understand you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
I also think someone like an Azpilicueta will stay at Chelsea if he sees the club needs him to stay. I think he's that kind of a person. Where Rudiger and Christensen are leaving and leaving Chelsea vulnerable, I don't think Cesar Azpilicueta does that. Because I think he understands the respect and admiration people have for him.
So do we just look at your back line and we just say stay because you realistically just can't afford to let go of anyone else?
Nah, I'd still get rid of Malangsar.
I still give him a like star. Besides that, what do you think of Trevor Chalobah? Do you think he's one for the future, or do you think he's just another Chelsea youth player you guys just sell?
A recent opinion on the internet, on Twitter, was that if Trevor Chalobah was a new signing for Chelsea and he had the kind of season he had and he was given a year to adjust to the big leagues, he would have been deemed a success. He scores a half dozen goals, 3-4 league goals, a couple goals.
But we're
Trevor Chalobah is brilliant.
I just think the issue is that he's not the center back that everyone sees him to be personally. He should be more so in a midfield role, just like his brother was for Chelsea.
Trevor Chalobah's never played midfield in his life, man.
What do you mean he never played midfield in his life?
Trevor Chalobah's never played midfield in his life.
What do you mean, dude? Come on.
He's an out-and-out center back.
I don't believe he should be a center back. I don't think he's a good enough center back. If we're talking about the Chelsea quality for a center back, he is not Chelsea quality.
You're telling me... See, this is where we're going to have to disagree, because if you've watched him play from the 20 appearances he made this season, he was class in 15, 16 of them, maybe a couple of times showing his youth. He's 22 years old, my man.
Yeah,
22.
I personally just don't think he's a center back. I think he'd thrive more as a 6.
Well, this is where I'm going to have to call and say you're crazy, because...
I am. I'm psychotic at times.
Well, I'm going to say you're crazy because he's never played that position in the world. So the fact that you want to put him in a position he's never played is ludicrous. He's never played it. His brother, Nathaniel...
Nathan Chalobah.
He's played it, and he's a very good 6.
He's a half decent 6 for Watford.
He's a very good 6.
What is he? He went to Watford, and now where is he at?
Well, I think
Nathan Chalobah.
I think he's still at Watford, isn't he?
Dan, you okay there? You falling asleep?
No, I'm just sitting here waiting till the Chelsea propaganda's over.
Well, no, why you just talk, dude? What? Get involved.
Okay, all 3 keepers gone. Half of defense gone. Midfielders.
We're going...
Saul gone. Let's see.
Well, Dejan, since you wear every jersey you can get your hands on, are you a Bayern fan, or who do you support?
I'm a Bayern fan, period. Point blank.
All right. So, realistically speaking, how many of these Chelsea players would be good additions to Bayern? Quite a few of them.
Well, that's not what we're saying here. We're trying to see who should Chelsea stay, sign, or stay, sell, or
realistically, Trevor Chalobah is clearly a stay. They are letting older players go out. No, I mean he's proven he can cut it at Chelsea.
They're not Manchester United where they're just gonna start loan Tuanzebe and then he leaves and then you guys are left back there with just
no. It's a different. I personally just think that I just don't see him as a good enough center back for Chelsea. I really don't.
I'd really love to watch a match of his with you and have you really consider that again. His season this year was very similar. Well, no, not very similar. It was better than Tomori's first season at Chelsea.
Don't get me wrong. He's had a phenomenal first season. I cannot. It was good.
It was better than Tomori's first season.
I just don't think it's good enough for Chelsea. I don't think it's good enough.
Is Tomori right now good enough for him to come back to Chelsea and start?
At this current moment of time, he's good enough to go anywhere in the world.
Okay. Trevor Chalobah's first season in the Chelsea first team was miles better than Tomori's first season at Chelsea was. Miles.
Would you say because
in a more competitive season?
Here's the question: do you think that's because Tamori was more so adjusted to a championships type ball, where you had to adjust, or whereas Trevor Chalobah was just thrown into the fire?
No,
I'm just asking from the what's called the devil's advocate perspective.
Yeah, no, because I mean, to say players can or can't jump from this league to that league, from the championship to the Premier League, yeah, it's a higher level, sure.
Yeah,
but you're talking about going from a youth team to first team football.
Well, also
Tamori had more first team football experience.
Here's
than
also
Chalobah
the question: do you think that having your first season be with Rudiger and Thiago Silva, who are both on fire, really benefits?
Well, that is why he's developing into, Chalobah is going to be a world-class center back. I would put my money on that. And he's being taught by Thiago Silva,
who was trained under Nesta and Maldini.
So let's be real. Thiago Silva is a generational talent, right? And having Tamori learn from him only shows how much better he's going to get. I'm very, very excited to see where Chalobah is going to go in the next couple of years, because I think his potential is world class, and I think Chelsea would agree with that. And that's why they are keeping him, and they didn't send him back on loan. Lampard liked him. Tuchel clearly likes him. He's young. Yeah, he's 22 years old. It's not young. But when you have players like a Christensen, Rudiger, Silva ahead of you, it's understandable.
Here's my question. So, just to go back to the Mark Gahey arguments and stuff like that, do you see him maybe going above level of Gahey or matching the same level?
Mm-mm.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is Gahey's looking very, very good now.
Well, I'm not saying just for the season in general. I'm saying in future down the line where both players are respectively in their careers, because they're both, I think, only a year apart.
Yeah. They're very similar in age.
Yeah. So do you see that because Gahey's maybe in a Crystal Palace team fighting nonstop for his position, or fighting in a much lower team? Do you see that maybe one player will progress higher than the other because of that, or one's going to be more effective than the other?
Well, that's the thing. I think.
Well, first off, one's playing more than the other.
Yeah. Now Gahey might be playing more.
I don't think he's playing more.
Yeah, he is.
Well, because all he just
Crystal
has
Palace, where are you going to put James Tompkins?
Well, no. But the point I'm trying to make is that Gahey only really has he has Premier League and then maybe FA Cup appearances. Whereas, even though Chalobah has made 20 Prem appearances,
but that's only because Chalobah is at Chelsea and Chelsea have.
But I know,
League.
I know, but that's the point I'm making, though. That's the question I'm asking. Do you think that them being at two different clubs will make a difference in development?
35 games a year at just Prem and Cup and FA Cup, League Cup, or 20 appearances a year, including Champions League ties.
Yeah, but
which is more valuable?
You'd be necessarily relying on a center back getting injured, or you guys to be 12 points ahead where you could play Chalobah.
No, that's not true. Chalobah played in some very big matches this year. He played
because he had to because of injuries.
He played against Liverpool. He played against Liverpool in the cup finals.
I know, rightfully so. I know.
Right. So when's Gahey ever going to play in a cup final with Crystal Palace on a once in a lifetime cup final appearance
and lose both of those finals? Come on.
Right. But Tamori went and played in the Club World Cup. The experience he's garnering is absolutely top notch, playing next to Thiago Silva in the biggest competitions in the world, right? Under a manager, with no disrespect to Crystal Palace, at a club and under a manager who are arguably one of the greatest in the world, right? Or top, Chelsea is one of the most competitive sides in the world right now under a top 5 manager, if you want to argue about it, So, for me, someone like a Tamori is going to kill it at Chelsea over the next couple of years, and I just think Chelsea still hasn't found their identity under Tuchel.
You're saying Tamori.
I'm sorry, Chalobah. I did this all season long too.
I'm so glad.
For anyone that knows me, I'm a huge Tamori fan. I thought it was a huge shame Chelsea let him go.
Yeah.
And in this side now, the fact that we could be looking at a back 3 next year of Gahey, Tamori, and Chalobah would have been brilliant for Chelsea.
With having Livramento,
Yeah.
And having Reece James and Chilwell.
You know, like we could have had a full English back line of quality
realistically,
players.
having a Livramento allows Reece James to play in the midfield if you really want to.
Yeah. He can play he's someone that can play the 6, yes.
So can Trevor Chalobah.
No, he can't. He's never played the 6. That's ludicrous.
So we're on the midfielders now, right?
Yes,
I have 6 midfielders that I would like to
So
get
here's
rid
the thing.
of.
So we have Jorginho, Conte, Kovacic. Saul is going back to Atletico.
Yeah, Saul's gone.
Correct. Yep.
Which
Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Billy Gilmore, Ross Barkley, Danny Drinkwater was officially released. His contract has ended. Kennedy just came back on loan from Flamingo.
Oh no, he came back. He came back
from loan.
Months ago.
He came back on loan.
Yeah.
January 13th. You're correct.
Yeah, he came back because of the injury to Ben Chilwell.
That is correct.
He played like 2 matches.
Yeah, exactly. So Kennedy, Mason Mount, Havertz, and then Musonda has officially been let go now.
Okay,
yeah, poor Charlie Musonda.
What a class player.
So before Besmir gives his full depth analysis,
well, here's the thing. I'm going to give a name, and we are simply only going to say stay, sell, or loan.
Well, here I have a mix of midfielders.
So I'm just gonna say the names first, okay?
Go for it.
Is that good for you guys? Jorginho.
Stay. You need somebody who's gonna pass the ball in that midfield.
It depends on what Tuchel's looking to do.
Sell. I think it's a sell.
I think either way it goes, I think he's earned the right to stay or go. I think that's a player's decision.
You're right. It should be his choice, but personally, it's a sell.
Like the latest rumor on transfer market says
is that him to Juve, yeah.
which I believe could happen. 30 years old, going back to Italy,
playing in midfield with Locatelli and Weston McKennie.
I think he goes. So I'm going to say a sell, not because I want him to be sold, because I think that's most likely going to happen.
Well, I think it makes the most sense for Chelsea. You sell Jorginho, you make space for Conor Gallagher, Gilly Billmore.
Gilly Billmore. Nice one.
Billy Gilmore. Oh,
Gilly Billmore's brand new signing out of his
brother.
7th division.
No,
Gilly Billmore.
No. You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of Happy Gilmore, and for some reason I flopped the words.
But how you still at Billmore?
I know, but that's the point. Because I was thinking of like Happy Gilmore and how he's done like Billy Madison and stuff, and my brain just like
it's Dan Andler. Yep,
yeah.
that's who's in those movies. Gappy Hillmore.
Adam Sandler.
oh, sorry. in Gappy Hillmore.
In Gappy Hillmore. There you go.
So go ahead.
So Jorginho, I think is a sell.
Okay, so you guys both say sell. So veto power, go for it. Sell.
Well, it's not veto. It's just we're just saying our opinions. There's no vote to it.
Okay.
It's just our opinions.
They are just so used to losing votes.
he's like,
yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna roll over and give up. No, but it just makes sense.
Okay.
Dan, why do you think it should be a stay?
You need somebody to pass in that midfield. You have a ball winner in N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic who could go box to box.
If we go to N'Golo Kante, stay, sell, or loan?
Stay. And here's why. Do I think he's slowly declining? Yes, but it's only been made worse by injuries.
Here's the thing. I think it's a sell just because I think it's time for Chelsea to cash out. For once, instead of them always just like buying out, sort of, yes, making sales in their youth, but once in a while, why not just sell the player who's already declining that any club would take?
At N'Golo Kante's position right now, though, I don't think we have
a guaranteed starter. Yes, I hear you.
I think he is, if Jorginho goes, even.
Yeah.
I think Kante has to stay for the sole fact that we're not going to get an earth-shattering fee for him anymore. And I'm really trying to think of a club that he would want to go to. You know, maybe a PSG. Maybe he goes to France, go play for like a PSG.
That's the thing, because he wouldn't mind going back home.
But besides that, like he's made it very clear, he does not plan on ever leaving Chelsea.
Yeah.
He enjoys it there.
Also, but Conte at 33, 34, 35 will still give you more than anybody in the midfield.
It's just
he'll go down to 3 lungs then instead of 4.
You guys understand, I love N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante starts out the show every time. He says ladies and gentlemen to all of us. All right? I love N'Golo Kante.
Is that him?
That's him every time you hear in the poster.
Ladies and
gentlemen. I wish he says Matchweek. If he said Matchweek, I'd use that every single time.
You know, well, I'm gonna send him a letter.
No.
Ask him to record
I'm gonna see. No, I'm gonna see if he's on Cameo.
Oh,
yes.
That is worth the Matchweek $0.
I'm pretty sure
I'll go into negatives
Cameo,
for that.
That'd be amazing.
I'll pay a Cameo for that.
But no, N'Golo Kante has to be a stay just because he's also a cult figure at Chelsea.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I don't want any other fan base in the world to experience the joy of having N'Golo Kante.
Well, Leicester
part of your
has.
spot. Yeah, but then he left them, so it's great.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want any other major European side to understand what it means to have N'Golo Kante in your side.
Okay, so then next we have Mateo Kovacic. I think we all agree stay. There's no way he leaves.
I don't think there's a better ball-carrying center midfield in the world right now. He is so
the only person I can think is better is just De Bruyne, and that's Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah,
which just shows the quality.
Yeah, exactly. And Kovacic he walks into any side in the world right now and starts.
Yeah,
anywhere.
He starts at a Bayern. He starts at Real Madrid.
Everywhere. Oh, dude.
Well, he should have started at Real Madrid. The fact that Real let him go was just moronic, to say the least.
And I think Real Madrid regrets that now, because with an aging Modric and Kroos and stuff, yeah, they just won the Champions League. Phenomenal.
I mean, they brought in Camavinga and like Tchouaméni, so they're really upset.
But throwing a Kovacic in with those two guys,
you also have Federico Valverde.
But none of them carry a ball in the midfield like Kovacic. Kovacic is like a winger that's playing in the midfield. He's so good he'll take two guys on by himself. He's so good.
Yep, he loves two guys on him.
We've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen someone at Chelsea dribble the way he does aside from Eden Hazard. He is such a good dribbler. And maybe Joe Cole back in the day. Joe Cole was brilliant. He is such a quality player, Kovacic.
Now, the opposite of quality, horrendous. Just like Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Now, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I think, was on a really big incline. His career was going well. He was playing well, and then Besmir and I witnessed his career crash as soon as he got injured.
Yeah, when he got injured. Oh, the Achilles injury.
Against the New England Revolution. It wasn't like he lost it playing against Liverpool in a groundbreaking match. In a friendly.
Yeah,
in the middle of the season.
Before the Europa League final.
In the mid, why was there a friendly? I still don't understand.
I don't think Chelsea planned on getting to the
Europa League,
and they couldn't cancel it because that match was a
sold out match.
It was a match against racism or something like that.
The Say No to Racism campaign.
Yes, it was something like that, right? So with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, here's the thing. I think if he goes to a Crystal Palace
again.
Or even a West Ham and Everton, I think he does very well.
Everton, yes. West Ham, no.
I don't know. I think he does very well.
The only reason
he needs consistency.
Why West Ham? No,
because West Ham, they supposedly might get Jesse Lingard back, and if he's there, there's no way.
But Jesse Lingard is not going to sit as a ball-winning midfielder, a deeper lying playmaker.
Yeah, but right now they have Susek and Declan Rice to do that.
Yeah, but Declan Rice isn't staying.
That's what everyone's saying, but no one's putting an official offer for him.
Because nobody wants to pay 120 million for English players.
Exactly.
It's June 15th.
No.
Too.
It's June 15th. Plenty of time. Declan Rice, I think he wants to go as much as everyone wants him to leave. Right?
Well, yes and no. There's interviews where you can see that he'll still be happy if he stays with West Ham, especially with what they've been able to do so far.
He has to say that because of what West Ham's done for him. He has the chance to go play in the Champions League with a club that's going to fight for titles.
He was almost able to do it with West Ham if they hadn't choked the Europa League.
Right, but almost
Frankfurt.
Almost he'd be more inclined to join a Manchester United than he is to sit out at West Ham.
That's the thing. I would love to have him at Man U, but I'm too scarred from us overpaying for players personally. I really am. Like if we didn't drop 80 million on Maguire, if we didn't drop 100 million on Pogba, if we didn't spend all this money on players, I would have been 100% down with it.
Yeah, I mean, I still think he'd be good at one of those sides.
So sorry to divulge for a second, but did you guys see? This is the transfer I wanted to talk about earlier. Did you guys see that supposedly Man City want to get Calvin Phillips? But I don't see him starting. I see him as a bench player, a $50 million bench player.
Which for City is nothing new.
Oh yeah, I know.
Especially with there's big rumors of Raheem Sterling to Chelsea. Which I would take. I know you don't like Raheem Sterling.
No, I'm just trying to think.
I would take Raheem Sterling to Chelsea.
If Raheem Sterling goes, that means he takes a spot from either Ziyech or Pulisic. Would you much rather have? Don't get me wrong. He's still 27. He's still in his prime. But would you much rather have in like a prime in his years Raheem Sterling, or be ready for when a Pulisic type player goes supernova?
Raheem.
But that's the thing. For me, if I'm manager at Chelsea right now, I'm playing a 4-3-3 with Sterling and Pulisic on the wings, with Lukaku through the center, or Werner through the center, or Havertz through the center. Right, and once again, with the amount of matches Chelsea plays, no player plays 60 matches.
And then a midfield three of Mount, Kovacic, and Conte.
Yeah, I mean, I think
left back.
Left back Baba. But that's the point I'm making though. It's that for why Jorginho should be a sell.
Well, that's the thing for me. Jorginho.
I'm sorry, guys. Grant told me Sterling, you blank hat. You can fill in the blank there, audience. You can fill in the blank.
I think Sterling is a world-class level player. He's proven it. I love Raheem Sterling. I take him at Chelsea. I think, we would be fine. I mean, so Ruben Loftus-Cheek for me, with the amount of games Chelsea plays, if Jorginho's out the door,
yeah.
If Ruben Loftus-Cheek is okay being a squad player, we keep him. If he's more ambitious, wants to play consistently, he can be sold. But for me, I keep him for the reason that we're going to play 3 center mids. If that's how it was to go, we have N'Golo, Kovacic, and Mount.
Do you think that Chelsea going in for Calvin Phillips is a chance?
I don't think they do.
No,
but I don't think it's a bad thing. If they were to go in,
because if let's say we have an aging Conte, right, and Calvin Phillips is only 23, 24.
He's something like that, yeah.
Like having a young English player coming in who can be a CDM for you guys. Do you think that's not? I'm not saying he replaces Conte right away.
With
someone to bet it. Damn, why are you just shaking your head? No, like
No.
Why is this like
Calvin
so wrong
Phillips,
to you?
Not to Chelsea, no.
I very much, but that's the thing. I personally very much like Calvin Phillips.
I like him too, but not Chelsea.
Calvin Phillips
not right now,
is good, but he's not as dynamic as a Declan Rice.
I like Declan Rice. Being a Chelsea boy adds it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, going back to, I think if we're gonna have the Mount, Kova, Conte in the midfield, and then you have Gilmore, what's his name,
Gallagher,
and Gallagher coming off the bench, and those are your 6 center mids for next year. I'm happy with that.
With Jorginho still there technically right now.
Right now, but I'm saying if he goes,
yeah,
right, and that leaves clearly. I think Drinkwater's already out. I think Barkley's a sell. I think Kennedy's gonna leave. He's a sell.
Gilmore
or
alone.
do you see him as a sell or a loan?
Who? Kennedy?
Yeah,
He has to be a sell at this point. Kennedy's been at Chelsea for like a decade.
Yeah, what's the point?
Well, yeah, because you gave him the youth academy, no?
When he was very young, we brought him out of Brazil.
Yeah, I remember you guys called him up at like 16, 17 to play a couple matches.
So this is how crazy this is, right? And mind you, I am 2 days older than Kennedy. Kennedy has been at Chelsea for what seems like a decade. He's only 26 years old.
Yeah.
He's 26. And get this.
So was he technically there for the few times you guys won the Champions League?
So he joined in 2015.
So did he technically get Champions League winners medal?
In 2020. No, not last season. I don't think he would have gotten one because he was at Flamengo on loan.
Damn.
So Fluminense, 2013 to 2015.
Yeah.
He's been with Chelsea since 2015. He's been with Chelsea for 7 years.
Yeah.
Right? It feels like he's been there an eternity, and he almost has been. Watford, Newcastle, Getafe, Granada, and Flamengo now on loan. Now, he is a player who I keep for the left wing back position, or even left back, if Emerson, Alonso, Baba go. Watching him play, he has a very Brazilian flair about him because he is, and he's played for a bunch of the Brazilian youth national teams and whatnot. I like him. He's one of those contingency players. If XYZ happens, then he can stay, or if XYZ happens, he can go.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't believe he's only 26. I swear I thought he was like 35 at this point. He's been around forever. So the fact that I think the 3 starters we mentioned, a Gilmore, Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek backup 3.
Well, so now here's the thing, right? So Billy Gilmore's next on my list. So Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you're saying is a...
He's a keep if he's okay with being a keep.
So let's go with loan. I feel like loan is fair.
I think, but that's the thing. I think if he goes on loan, I think that essentially signals the end of his career at Chelsea.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think loan, maybe option to buy.
Well, you look at Ruben Loftus-Cheek, right? He's in his mid-20s now. He is 25 years old.
Bye-bye.
Sell?
Personally, yeah, bye-bye.
I just don't see where he's going.
No point of ruining his career even more than already.
I'm about to say I'm on the sell side as well.
Let him go play Serie A. Let him go play League Bundesliga, wherever he wants. Just let him go get something.
Look at that. Chelsea, Lazio make Chelsea midfielder Ruben Loftus-Cheek a summer priority.
Yes, Roma want to go for Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
I can see that. Lazio, I can see...
yeah?
I can see that
him linking up with Pedro again?
Inter Milan have been offered a Chelsea midfielder Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Ruben Loftus-Cheek ready to snub Crystal Palace and Everton for move to Serie A.
No, if I'm him, I go back to Palace.
No, if I'm him, I go
Syria.
No, I'll go back to Palace. You fill in the void for Conor Gallagher. You're a guaranteed starter, and you're going to boss it up again.
Crystal Palace also are going to have money. They're going to sign whoever they want.
Nah, dude, are you telling me? Crystal Palace, if they have the chance to have Edouard, Olise, Zaha behind with a Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
You're also forgetting that Crystal Palace's manager once played in the midfield.
Exactly, Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, so why would he want Ruben Loftus-Cheek to play in his midfield?
Because Ruben
Loftus-Cheek's not a
Loftus-Cheek,
bad player.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek had probably had a phenomenal Premier League season. He had double digits in goals and assists at Crystal Palace. He was up there for top 10 players for most chances created in the league that season.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek needs consistency. I think, like Mourinho said in a couple interviews recently, Tammy and Tomori, these guys have opened the door to English players to Serie A. I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek should take advantage of it. If he is going to leave Chelsea, I think his best move is to Serie A because they have shown.
I agree.
That
I would just love to see him link up with Edouard and Olise because he had him last time.
Here's the thing, and where's that ever going to lead for him in England, right?
But what's wrong with being a Crystal Palace player?
But what's wrong with going to Inter Milan?
I know. I'm not saying anything's wrong with either. I'm just making the point of it's somewhere familiar for him. It's still in London, technically.
I see him more going towards Lazio than Inter Milan. Inter Milan.
But regardless, playing for a Lazio or Inter Milan is going to get you
more worth it for him.
What?
Lazio will be more worth it for him.
I mean, yeah, it depends on what they want to offer him, right?
Because for me, it depends if they still have Milinkovic-Savic, if they still have Luis Alberto.
That's going to be the trio: Luis Alberto, Milinkovic-Savic, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Well, supposedly Savic is leaving.
Yeah, that's been rumored
for 3 years, 5 years.
I've seen so many Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, this club.
Yeah, but this time around, I can see Arsenal going in for him. This time around,
nobody wants to play for Arsenal. Take Dusan Vlahovic for an example.
Okay, dude, I'm telling you right now, if Arsenal can go in for a player and get them easy.
Listen, nobody wants to play for Arsenal. Nobody. Not a single person says,
really
wakes up in the morning and goes, I want to play for Arsenal.
Gabby Jesus is on the verge of signing for Arsenal. You're telling me
we're talking about Gabby Jesus.
Okay, what is up with you and undervaluing players?
Willian 2.0.
I love Gabby Jesus, don't get me wrong. However, he doesn't go to United because Ronaldo's there. He doesn't go to Chelsea because Werner and Lukaku are there.
No, but he'll play on the wing. He doesn't care.
Well, but here's the thing. There's so much. Arsenal's the one place where there isn't competition right now. So he's going to go to Arsenal because there's no competition.
Nketiah just resigned for a striker, but still that's not competition. I agree.
Yeah, but it's Nketiah. And Nketiah is good. I'm not going to say
he's bad. I'm just saying, I agree. That's still not competition.
Gabby Jesus is a proven Premier League attacker.
Yeah.
Forward. He is going to be forward or on the wing, but I think he thrives best on at forward, at the 9.
Yeah, but I can also see him going to Real and filling in that right-sided spot.
No, I don't think
over Marco Asensio, who's supposed to leave to go to AC Milan.
No, Asensio's not leaving.
He is.
Asensio's not going to leave.
And even if he did, Real Madrid going to find somebody else.
Supposedly, they've agreed to personal terms with AC Milan.
And even if they did, Real Madrid is still going to find another Brazilian winger from Shakhtar, from Ukraine, from over here, from over there, and then he's going to be the new sensation.
Anyways, to get back on topic, so you say we both say Billy Gilmore sell, and you say stay if he doesn't want a starting spot.
Billy Gilmore.
I mean, not Billy Gilmore. I mean, Roth-Cheek. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm fine with whatever.
Billy Gilmore honestly is fighting for a starting spot personally.
So let him go play somewhere where he can actually.
Billy
play.
Gilmore?
No, sorry. Loftus-Cheek.
Even
Gilmore, loan him out just so he can get some playing time.
Well, that's the thing.
Chelsea's
some
going to need him
playing
this
time.
season.
If Jorginho's out the door, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is out the door, Barkley's going to go.
What happened with him at Norwich? Was he injured or did the manager just not want to play him?
When your season falls apart, everything falls apart.
Yeah.
Their season fell apart.
When you're playing with Brandon Williams at left back, everything falls apart.
Oh, no, you dare insult Brandon Williams.
Yeah, right? The disrespect.
I disrespected him because he disrespected Eriksson, and then he realized who he was and gave him a hug.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
he gave him a hug.
So you're mad at him
off.
because he's a nice guy?
No, I'm mad because he threw him off.
Eriksson, arguably to United, huge ink. Huge ink. Perfect for them.
I would love to have him.
However, go ahead.
I'm just worried personally. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
What are you worried
On a
about?
free?
This is the one time on a free. That's what I'm thinking in my head. What's wrong with it? But then again, it's
Just like a career mode. You sit
but
there on the transfer market, you see all the players.
I say this all the time, Besmir. Manchester United has been scarred by too many bad transfers. I just get worried for everyone that comes in.
Oh, that's your guys' fault. Nobody else.
Exactly. That's what I agree with that.
Christian Eriksen fits into pretty much any team in the world.
Exactly. Imagine a midfield three of Van de Beek, Eriksen, and Fernandes.
Okay, let's not get off the topic. Let's sell half of the Chelsea.
Okay, so
midfielders.
Barkley for me is also a sell.
Barkley's a sell. Ross needs to go
Gallagher's
somewhere else.
clearly a keep.
Yep. Then you have Mason
Drinkwater's
Mount,
out. Mason Mount's a keep, obviously.
Kai
He's
Havertz, keep.
keep. Now this is where let's talk Ziyech.
Ziyech,
keep.
I take him in a heartbeat at United. It's
Now-
crazy he doesn't start.
I love Hakeem Ziyech. I love him.
That second half when Tuchel came in after Lampard, do not tell me he was not insane in the Champions League.
I
for you
love
guys.
Ziyech. I do.
But
In our current system, he doesn't fit. I just don't think he fits in our current system.
Okay, he doesn't fit. Then sell him to United. We'll take him, please.
I just don't think he fits in our current system. And I
No, that
think
makes sense.
unless our formation changes, he should go. Even though I believe he is one of those players, once again, of the Riyad Mahrez
Like
quality,
caliber, yeah.
where like there's just something. He has that special something about him when he plays, the finesse, the swagger.
But
in his
also
game.
just the way how he's able to just ping
Magic.
a pass, find
Magic.
The way how he's able to find space and just find feet in such a crowded area is just like crazy.
For me, for that reason, he's a keep. And once again, if we go into the 4-3-3, I think he does brilliant having, arguably having him, Pulisic, Havertz can play out
the
wide.
only
These
issue
guys
I'd
are
be
good
worried
us.
for you is that because Mason Mount's sort of filling in that right wing, right forward spot.
And our current formation is the issue.
Well, I mean, even if
In
it
a
goes
4-3-3.
even if it goes to a 4-3-3, I'd be a little worried if Tuchel might still keep him there.
Well, no, because I think Mount is our 10. Or listen,
He should be, rightfully so. Don't get me wrong.
Listen, I don't see a problem throwing Ziyech in as a 10 if we
That
go to
too.
4-3-3.
That's where he played at Ajax.
So I think there's plenty of space for him if we switch our formations. Now, I have no idea. Tuchel is a mastermind, if you ask me. I don't know what he's going to do.
Mastermind, a.k.a. Crazy Man.
Yes. I call myself a mastermind for that same reason.
No. Oh, my God. So I got to say this real quick. Just to give the audience a heads up, Besmir will make the argument forever that he never loses.
I don't ever lose. My players lose. I always win. Anytime we win a game, it's because of me. If we lose, it's because of the players.
Players or the ref?
It's
Never
the players.
him.
No,
Never.
the referees help the players lose.
we're not going to talk about the one referee that you, me, and John had.
Oh, so Besmir, I was telling them about the ref that forgot the scoreline.
Oh Lord, I've never.
No, that wasn't as bad as our ref.
No.
Oh my God.
Listen,
Damn,
so
we had two set of bad refs that day.
in the span of 24 hours, I had 4 games. Right. So we had well, we're not even going to mention. So Friday night we had 2 matches. We had a match Saturday night. We had 2 matches on Sunday. Saturday night's referees. First of all, the referee thought we heard the whistle blow more times than we saw passing.
Oh yeah,
made
you
on the
told me
pitch.
about that. Yeah.
This guy was horrible. Now, I'm like, sir, I'm trying to be as respectful as possible, but what on earth are you doing? Like, stop making this all about you. Sir, this isn't rugby, he says. I'm like, sir, but it's also not a non-contact sport.
He said he wants
It's-
a nice, clean game.
He wants a nice... If someone went shoulder to shoulder, it was a foul because, he touched him. He pushed him. Sir, that's not how this game
I would have
works.
gotten a red
If you
card.
want a
and
nice,
then
clean
some.
game, might as well go ref badminton or something.
Now, mind you, I stay very respectful for the sole fact that if I say things respectfully, they don't give me a card. But
He still got one.
so
Yeah, but
Saturday,
you don't-
horrible.
All you do is you say respectfully, sir, and then you curse him out.
Sir, I try to be very respectful, but what on earth are you doing?
Yeah.
Sir, you have... So, we go Sunday, Dejan, for the 0-3 game. Ardi, Coach Ardi, and FaZe are running the 0-3s. I'm just in the stands watching, having a good time.
I wasn't invited or picked up.
No, because we already had 7 people in the car.
Yeah, I was about to say we were already over the legal minute limit.
No, we were at the legal limit.
Oh, that's right. It was
Thank you.
it was the minivan. I forgot
Yes.
it was the minivan. It was the minivan.
Yeah, so-
yeah.
I was robbed.
So we're there. At one point, the referee forgot what the score was because he wasn't writing it down.
How about that drop ball where we conceded?
Right? The referee drops the ball. The kid just first times it, right?
Yeah, it was. He just kicks it right away, and like he looked at the player. He's like, "Oh, sorry, it was a drop ball." But then tell him it was a drop
Kicks it
ball.
where?
I was just happy. He shot it on goal. So
It was a volley. He volleyed it.
so
Ref
down.
assist.
So down. So look. So this is the 18. I would say The ball is dropped right here because I guess the referee got in the way of the ball.
Yes.
So it's supposed to be a dropped ball, rightfully so.
And it's supposed to be our ball.
But here's the thing. But the referee's supposed to respectfully pick up the ball, wait for us to set, and then drop it towards us. It's not a 50-50 drop ball.
Yeah, those don't exist anymore.
Yeah, but what he did was he just picked it up, dropped it right in front of the 18, in front of the opponent's feet,
and just said to the kid, "Have one."
And then the kid just like ripped a shot top left, and we're just
go on.
we're freaking out on the side. He's like, "It's a drop ball," but I'm like, "Sir, that's not how you do a drop ball."
You ever play like power and finesse? He just went, "Here you go."
Yeah, power.
So later in the match, the assistant referee who ends up, being this older Albanian gentleman, and so
you guys will win the game.
He realized I was Albanian. So at one point, I turned to him. I'm like, "Hey, sir, like, what's this guy doing?" He goes, "Oh, I have something to tell you." He goes, "This guy on the headset is telling me I'm not running hard enough and I'm not doing my job on the line as an assistant referee." He goes, "Meanwhile, he's so lazy, he's not even writing the scores down." He goes, "So I told him, learn to write and then I'll learn to run." Well,
yeah, that's perfect.
I'm sitting here after Saturday, after Sunday.
But then,
oh Lord, and then we get Sunday night, and the ref is even worse. At one point,
he could keep track of the score, but he didn't know. He didn't know the laws of the game.
At one point, Jordan Turnbull from our 05-06 team gets sandwiched by two guys, and as they're hitting him, he jumps.
Our penalty?
And the referee goes, "Get this!" The referee goes, "Oh, it's not a foul. He jumped. He's looking for it." I go, "Sir,
he dove."
If he stands there." He goes, "If I call a foul, there has to be a yellow for diving." I sit there, I go, "Sir, if he doesn't jump, his legs get broken." Nah, he jumped. He was looking for it. It's a dive. And then a couple minutes pass. Our player gets through on goal. Defender comes in from behind with like a two-legged challenge, takes our guy out. Referee gives a penalty.
No ball, no nothing.
No, not even close. Not even close.
No.
Referee gives a penalty, and I'm like, "Sir, there's no booking. There's no possible send-off there. That's not..."
He said if it was outside the box, it's barely a foul.
He goes, "It's barely a foul if it's outside the box. I gave it just because it's a penalty." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
And then so our player is getting pulled down by the jersey while he's running up. Just turns to just shrug the guy off. He gets a yellow for supposedly elbowing him.
Yeah, it was horrendous.
That was the only card given was against us.
That's
and then like halftime, I'm talking to this guy. I'm like, "Listen, my only grievances are XYZ. I'm not here to argue or complain or whatever. I'm just making it clear that this is what upset me in the first half." He looks at it, he goes, "Yeah, you sound right. I think I'd agree with you now." And then did the same exact thing in the second half. Like, he just nodded. Sometimes he'd blow the whistle. He looked scared to blow the whistle. This guy couldn't control a match. There is a referee shortage. However, that is not an excuse for the level of officiating to have dropped as much as it has.
And then the funny thing was the AR on the opponent's side kept signaling to card the guy because he kept berating him.
Oh my God, yeah. So the opponent is there yelling at the ref for most ridiculous things.
The AR, he's not even yelling at the center. He's yelling at the AR for no reason.
Yeah, and like the AR is like, card this guy, and the center referee is scared out of his mind.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, and that's why at 26 years old I'm gonna start getting gray hair soon.
So Pulisic stay.
Yeah, of course.
Adoy, I think sell.
Yeah, I'm at odds with this man.
You guys should have sold him when Bayern came in for 50 mil.
I think he has the ability to possibly be a world-class player, but his head is what's wrong with him. He needs to go.
Yep.
Lukaku and Werner.
Lukaku, I
Bye.
don't think you get the transfer for
Lukaku,
him personally.
bye.
Yeah, I don't think we can offload him properly. So for me, he's a stay. And Werner, I think, has to stay at Chelsea.
Yeah.
I enjoy having him in our side.
He sort of evolved. Like he's become the Giroud during the France
He
World Cup.
did score 2 goals for Germany.
I know, but that's the point I'm trying to make. He's become the Giroud during the France World Cup. He's just a good player on the field to have who helps just like open up play.
Yeah, well, I don't think, once again, I think if we go to our 4-3-3 and he's thrown out on one of those wings or he's thrown up top or something, he comes good for Chelsea.
Of course, 100%.
I think there's a reason he continues to get called up to the German national team, even though people say he's not performing well for Chelsea. He is the kind of player that is very selfless. He's club first, team first. For me, he's a keep, and the same goes for Kai Havertz. I think Kai Havertz is going to be one of the greatest players in the world but when he enters his prime in 5-6 years.
Yeah.
So I think he has to be a
But
state
I think the only worry for Havertz is that he's switching too much between positions. He's either playing as a false 9 or he's playing as a cam. Or he's playing as an attacking midfielder as a 10.
I mean, which I don't see an issue with as long as it's the same system.
It's just annoying because there's times where you see Kai Havertz in the game and you're trying to make him play in behind, run through on goal, Whereas that's more so of like Lukaku's strength. Like you're better off sort of having him be the hold-up play, look for the passes, ping balls to either wing who's running in. Like that's where Havertz will thrive more.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Havertz is a very well-rounded footballer.
He's also like 6'4", which is insane.
Yeah. He's
Do you know FIFA still has him listed as 6'1"?
Oh, really?
Granted, the man has grown, I think, 3 or 4 inches. He's still listed as like short.
So
yeah, well, he's still going through puberty, right? And he's like,
we've got our Chelsea propaganda out the way, right?
Yeah. So this is probably the last time we'll talk about Chelsea for a few weeks.
Okay, I'll let you know all the players that we're keeping, or Bayern Munich's keeping, and in my opinion, selling in like 3 seconds.
No. That doesn't make for good content. You can't do it that fast.
yeah, you can't do it that fast.
At least make the audience wait a half hour for it. Come on.
So if Chelsea, since we're just about there, for Chelsea, if I can say there's one player that I think we need to sign, would be a Koundé.
Oh.
Yeah, Koundé. You guys just need another center back.
I think we need a big time center. I think we need two. Silva can't play every game. Chalobah can't play every game. Right, so we need two. It's
the same thing I was making a point for United. United, they have to buy Pau Torres and they have to get Timber. Like those are the two that must be signed.
Chelsea have to get the BOGO on in the transfer window this season. You have to buy one and then get another one for free.
Buy one and get one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I mean, what other center backs can Chelsea pull? You know,
if Schlotterbeck hadn't been bought, you guys could have gotten him easy, or even a Bayern.
You're using my
your ball
conversation.
Exactly.
You're using my conversation against me.
I think Koundé does well for Chelsea, but I think we need someone who is going to be a little more well-rounded altogether.
I'm gonna say this:
like a Koulibaly would be great.
But what about like maybe a Mark Bartra as a rotation?
Okay, no.
I'm not totally opposed to that.
Just he wouldn't be a guaranteed starter. He'd play once every few games or so.
Does Bartra even play anymore? Where
he does. He plays for Celta. He plays for the same team as
Real Betis.
Yeah, Real Betis with Fekir.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna say Mark Bartra. I'm gonna say Gabriel Paulista.
Or Gabriel Paulista.
I don't think that's a bad signing either.
I like Paulista a lot,
but
even though he was former Arsenal, which I don't think he cares. Arsenal sucks anyway.
So I guess we'll have to see. I mean, 2.5 months until the transfer window closes.
Just wait.
2 weeks till it opens.
Yeah, but just wait. Like next week, it's gonna be like every transfer is done and done.
Yeah.
1 week in between, somehow everything's done.
Well, no, like tomorrow, everything's gonna go through. It's gonna be exactly the opposite of what we said.
And then I'm gonna have to like make quick notes while editing.
Kovac is gonna get sold out of nowhere. Conte's gonna get sold. They're gonna keep Jorginho, make him either gonna give an Mbappe deal to Jorginho.
Jorginho's the new manager of football. But guys, thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure having you.
Thanks for having us, Ardi.
Thank you.
You are listening Top of the Hour on WMSC Upper Montclair.
Este es Matchweek.
Guys, make sure you tell somebody you love them. I'll see you next time.